What's up, guys? So I'm sure you've all heard by now, we have yet another domestic abuse case coming to light in the NFL. The Chiefs' Kareem Hunt was caught on camera pushing and kicking a woman in a Cleveland hotel he was staying at, and he has now been released by the Chiefs. Now, the actions are clearly disgusting, and this is definitely not the first account of assault coming from an NFL player. Joe Mixon, Ezekiel Elliot, Tyreek Hill, Adrian Peterson, Greg Hardy, Ray Rice, Larry Johnson, the list goes on. You would think at this point players would learn from others' mistakes. It's hard to believe the Chiefs organization or the NFL didn't take a bigger step looking into the situation when it was first presented to them. The internet has been in a frenzy with rumors spreading of what really happened in this situation. The video footage alone speaks for itself, but people are still left wondering what really happened behind the scenes. And that's what we're here for. I'm Jason Biondo, and today we present what really happened with the Kareem Hunt incident. Alright, so the incident took place on February 10, 2018, about 9 months ago. It was at a Cleveland hotel that Hunt and some friends were staying at. A Middleburg Heights woman told police that Kansas City Chiefs running back Kareem Hunt shoved and pushed her in a weekend dispute at the Metropolitan at the 9 in downtown Cleveland. Abigail Odinger, 19, of Middleburg Heights, told police that Hunt assaulted her around 3:45 a.m. Saturday outside Hunt's hotel apartment. But reports also say another woman who was with Hunt's friends said that Odinger assaulted her. Hunt's friend told police that they kicked the women out of their apartment when they learned that they were both 19 years old. But the woman said that they were kicked out because she didn't want one of the men in the group. One of Hunt's former college teammates told police that the accuser went crazy after they were both told to leave. And as a result, she began calling him and Hunt the N-word. And specifically, she said, "F you, N-word, you ain't shit." Odinger's friend said she tried to tell Odinger that they should leave, but Odinger really wanted to stay and became very dramatic and very upbeat once they were kicked out of the apartment. Hunt's friend said the women stayed out in the hallway for about 30 minutes as Odinger continued to yell and pound on the apartment door. When Hunt spoke to Cleveland police, he said he asked the women to leave and told his friend that the pair could not stay. Hunt said that he went to bed and later told someone to call security when he could still hear the women out in the hallway. Alright, now take the two-sided report for what you will, but then there is video footage which basically speaks for itself. In the video, Hunt is seen arguing with a 19-year-old woman outside of his room at the Metropolitan. Kareem turns the corner and gets in the woman's face, shoving her with a decent amount of force. The woman strikes him back in the face, and that's when Hunt loses it. Kareem's friend tried to hold him back from doing any more damage, but Hunt is, as you know, an NFL running back, and he knocked his friend into the woman, and then they both went flying into a wall. Kareem's friend and the woman both seemed a bit out of it, and while the woman is crouched on the ground, Kareem thought it was a good idea to kick her, and then he knocked her over. The footage was taken by law enforcement and the video was used as evidence for prosecutors. Also, something to note that there were not any arrests made or files charged. So, this was largely no big deal until the video surfaced. You have to assume the cops had to have seen the footage, or at least should have taken a look before leaving the scene. The woman reportedly begged the cops to look at the surveillance footage of the incident. But according to officers, it wasn't that simple. They recently stated the officers didn't watch the surveillance video because it was a misdemeanor. It was stated nobody within the department, including officers who responded to the incident, had reviewed the video until TMZ posted the footage. Also, in the police body cam footage, the woman really wanted to press charges for the assault. She also wanted to press charges for them taking her phone and stealing her SIM card, which in one of the videos you can see Kareem's friend return the phone back to the cops like it was no big deal. He stated she left her phone in one of their rooms, but if you look back at the surveillance footage, you can see one of the woman's friends recording the entire interaction on her phone, and then one of Kareem's friends snatching it out of her hands. I'm just saying that's like pretty sketchy. Now, it wasn't until last Friday when the video was released by TMZ that it went viral and the world imploded on Kareem, the Chiefs, and the NFL. So once the video was released, Hunt was reportedly sent home from the Chiefs' practice facility, according to ESPN's Dan Graziano. The NFL then announced he was put on the commissioner exempt list and won't practice, won't play, or attend games. The Kansas City Chiefs then made a statement saying, "Earlier this year, we were aware of the incident involving running back Kareem Hunt. At that time, the National Football League and law enforcement initiated investigations into that issue. As a part of our internal discussions with Kareem, several members of our management team spoke directly to him. Kareem was not truthful in those discussions. The video released today confirms that fact. We are releasing Kareem immediately." So they knew about this incident for 9 months. Everyone in the Chiefs organization and the NFL execs that were apparently, investigating this should be embarrassed. Why does a video have to surface for something to happen? The NFL is continuing to show they really only care about money. Their urgency on these situations and suspensions handed out have been so erratic with all of these domestic abuse cases they've dealt with. Joe Mixon broke bones in a girl's face and still plays in the NFL. Yet Ray Rice is blackballed from the league. Reuben Foster was just charged with domestic violence, placed on waivers by the 49ers, and then signed by the Redskins 3 days later. I mean, does the NFL have no shame? The Chiefs have one of their best opportunities to head to a Super Bowl in like 50 years. And now they decide to take a stand and make a statement with their release of Kareem Hunt. What about Tyreek Hill? He beat and strangled his pregnant girlfriend in college, and you still employ him. What's the difference? No video of Tyreek choking his girl, and now Kareem Hunt will get blackballed from the league because it was on camera. The NFL needs to do more to prevent these situations and bring the hammer down on every player that commits these pathetic acts of violence. Now, the NFL reportedly did contact Cleveland PD trying to get the video, but was denied. The league also reached out to the woman Kareem assaulted, and she did not respond. Like, you can say they were waiting for the actual evidence and that Kareem lied about the situation, but they're the NFL. They should have taken a larger stance to get to the bottom of it before the video was even released. He could have at least been suspended in the meantime while investigating, but since it wasn't really a news story, then why make a big thing of it, right? No. Wrong. Hunt released a statement stating, "I want to apologize for my actions. I deeply regret what I did. I hope to move on from this." Wow, that's a very in-depth and sincere apology that will be able to inspire millions into never abusing again, Kareem. Great job. No matter what happened in the situation and how the assault came about, it's still assault. Plain and simple. Like, try to put a little more thought and sincerity into your apology. His response is clear disrespect to what's being seen at large here. Assault is a major problem, especially in the NFL. Now, of course, a lot of people went to social media to tell Kareem how they felt about his actions, and a lot of them condemned him for what he did. But believe it or not, a lot of people actually took his side in the situation. Like I said earlier, the woman reportedly called Kareem the N-word numerous times. So that's what could have set Kareem off, and people see that as a justification for what he did. Therefore, they take a side. Should you inflict physical pain on someone? No. Should you call someone the N-word? No. There you have it. Neither are right, but people still feel like the victim deserved it for what she said. And I'm not even gonna get into that. And of course, Dez Bryant had to get into it. He posted on Instagram and then deleted it, defending Hunt for his actions. In the post, he talked about the inner depth of the incident and what may have potentially provoked Kareem to act like this. He did say at the end of the statement, "Please don't be simple-minded because I never said I support domestic violence." Thanks for your statement, Dez. I still think you're a tad bit confused. People roasted Dez for taking Hunt's side. To make things even worse, because he's Dez Bryant, and what else does he have to do right now? He responded to one of these criticisms, calling the girl, quote-unquote, a hoe. Nice, Dez. How is Dez Bryant even allowed to have social media? And we're not done with Dez. While he clapped back at her, he misspelled the word disgust. For example, these domestic matters need to be properly discussed. Instead, he spelled it as the word disgust, like, "Your opinion brings absolute disgust to the world, Dez, and you're really not helping Kareem's case at all." See the difference? Stephen A. Smith also chimed into Kareem's situation, saying, "At some point, if knowing that doing something like this is just plain wrong and unacceptable isn't enough, then how about asking yourself if an emotional outburst is worth millions?" You know, there are a lot of times where I don't agree with Smith, but this time, I agree. Hunt lost himself millions and hurt his team's chance of winning a Super Bowl. And this is all because he lost his temper. And ESPN's Carrie Champion stated she felt the Chiefs made the right decision and that everyone deserves a second chance. Yes, second chances are possible. I as well believe in second chances. But you need to prove yourself worthy in order to get them. So like we said earlier, this isn't the first time an NFL player assaulted a woman in some way. There have been numerous accounts of assault in the history of the league. Now, some players got off easier than most, but what's really ironic about this situation is that there are similarities between running backs who wear the number 27. Like, I'm not getting like all like conspiracy theory on you guys, but Ray Rice and Chiefs veteran Larry Johnson were both running backs who wore the number 27, and careers ended after assaulting women. Rice lost his job 4 years ago when a video of him punching his fiancée, knocking her out in an elevator, was released. Once the video was made public, he never played again. Johnson was arrested 6 times. Each arrest was either assault, sexual assault, battery, or domestic violence. He waved a gun at his girlfriend and attempted to choke a woman. To say the least, they were all very disturbing. Larry Johnson, of course, tweeted about the situation, ripping on Hunt. He stated, "I thought I made my mistakes painfully clear. I thought I was a perfect example of what not to do. I thought by speaking aloud about my pitfalls that players after me could see these situations before they'd happen." Really effing upset, Kareem. Clearly Hunt was not able to see it before it happened. He hasn't learned from Johnson's mistakes, and there's no better person to learn from than another star running back of the Chiefs, who did the same thing as you and had the same number, same position. How do you let that happen again? How do you not think in that moment, oh my God, this is literally what happened to the last guy who was almost identical to me? That's weird. It's actually really weird how similar these two are. At this point, the number seems cursed, but honestly, no wonder Johnson was so disappointed. Hunt clearly knew about Johnson's past, and with the constant revelations of people's mistakes being publicly displayed to the world, ruining their careers, you really have to think, what the hell was he thinking? Provoked or not, you need to remain calm and should never put your hands or, your feet on someone else. Ray Rice also spoke in an interview with USA Today a year ago about his own situation. He stated, "I just think there's so much more to learn from my situation. My story is a real story. Part of life's journey is just being able to tell my story now. A lot of men think it can't happen to me. Well, I had a clean slate and it all came down to a terrible split-second decision. I want these guys to learn from it. I want them to be better for it. I want them to be better for men. I'm fortunate enough to be in contact with the league, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to tell it." Hopefully Hunt can see things the way Johnson and Rice do and learn from his situation, spreading awareness of the issue to prevent it. That's what he should definitely focus on before anything. But again, let's hope he can turn a new leaf and come out of this awful situation to better the world and the NFL. Other than all of that, what is left unanswered? First off, no one knows who gave the video footage to TMZ, but we have a few ideas. Also, what does this mean for the future of the Chiefs? Are they still a Super Bowl contender without Hunt? There is a lot to be said about this entire situation. A lot of people are at fault for how the situation was handled. But the bottom line is, assault is a consistent problem that needs to be dealt with and continues to reoccur with the NFL and its players. The NFL need to take bigger actions when stories like these are brought to them and not necessarily the public. We can only hope they take better action in the future, but hopefully they won't have to if other players learn from this and the many other incidents before it. What do you think about this entire situation with Kareem Hunt? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to follow myself and Total Pro Sports on social media. We post great content all the time. If you like this video, make sure to like it because we really appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. If this is your first time around TPS, make sure you subscribe because we post videos every single day. Every day's a new video, so why wouldn't you subscribe? Of course, thanks so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo, and I'll see you later.